make sure the wider the grip, the better. You gotta look at your back as if when you're going, you want to hit every part of your back. You hit it, bring it down. Give yourself a little gangster lean. I like to poke my chest out, stick my back out, separate my back, and then pull down. Get that full extension.
As you heard in the previous video, is that with lat pull downs, you more so want to focus on the squeeze, the tension. You should feel tightness on each side of your arm. Like it's a great feeling, because that's when you want to contract. Everybody wants to have a wide back. Everybody wants to have a nice defined back. In my opinion, lat pull downs, single arm rows, those are the best things to do. Now, when you're doing a triple drop set, where you go from a high weight to a medium weight to a low weight, where you get your reps in, it's literally the best burnout. And when I say burnout, you think, oh, okay, that's a closer for a workout. No. We do this at the beginning. Like I said in the arm video, me and Gary, we both train high volume. I don't believe in, going for beginner workouts and, doing that. Not anymore. If this is your idea, I suggest that you grab a little workouts, snag a couple of these, and, pick and decide which ones you want to do. Everyone is different. But as for us, what we like to do is we train high volume, and that's what's worked for us at our moments. So, yeah. Also, remember, when you're doing lat pull downs, the best thing you can ever do is the wider you get, the better. So, the wider your hands are, the more you're going to target your lats. The less you are, the more you're going to target your rhomboids. Always keep that in mind. Whenever you're doing lat pull downs or any variation, the wider, the better.
When doing seated cable rows, a lot of people slip up where when they do them, they'll go like this and just keep their back. The goal is to stretch your lats. So when you're going, stretch. Bring it back. Stretch. Get it back. When you're doing this, you're hitting your interior traps, then your rhomboids, you're in your lats, of course. But you don't want to do none of this action. This does not solve anything. Go in, bring it out. Go in, bring it out.
Now, one thing I forgot to mention when I was saying this about the whole seated cable rows, it hits your lats, it hits your traps, it'll hit your rhomboids, it'll hit your teres major, your teres minor, all of that good stuff. But man, oh man, when you doing sets on sets, you killing your forearms, you killing your biceps. It is work. It is literally work when you're doing this. As you progress, you get heavier and stuff like that. You don't use straps. That's one thing that I've learned during this whole process, is that avoiding straps, it's a good and bad. The good is that you're building, tendon strength, you're building forearm strength, and you're building the max in your workout. But at the same time, when you're exerting a lot of weight, it's kind of necessary, You start pulling, you start to get disappointed, like, man, I wish I know I could move this more weight, but, it's always more so just worrying about, getting the work in rather than just moving the weight. Now, as you can see, we're moving into our final drop set, and it was actually a triple drop set, and dude, after all of these sets, it's like so much exertion and there's so much repetition and so much sets that's going on. You're like, oh God. But the thing about having a workout partner is that you have someone to be able to push you, where you like, okay, if he's doing it, I gotta do it. If she's doing it, I gotta do it. It holds you accountable to get the job done. Their presence is very, very helpful. So, whenever I get the chance to work out with Gary, I'm always more so, being able to push more weight. Likewise with him. I know he says the same exact thing too. So it's humbling on both of our ends to be able to help each other out and push each other out to our fitness goals, because at each time we just try to progress and, be happy with our results at the end of the day. As long as we put our all into it, we literally can leave our workout knowing that we gave our all, and that's all that matters. All right, as Gary is closing in on his final set, Then this is when we go into the next workout, which is my absolute favorite isolation back movement of the whole experience of working out your whole back. Damn, that was a lot of, wow, that was like a lot of words. All right, so right here we have single arm dumbbell rows. So this is a key thing that people have to understand as well. With dumbbell rows, your target is stretching your lat. You'll see a lot of people sometimes when they work out is that they'll just swing it back and forth, depending on momentum and all of that different stuff. You want to kind of give your back a little bit of an arch when you're doing so. You see how I'm leaning? Check this out on the left side. As I pick up the dumbbell, I'm leaning my back just like that. That's my starting position. Then from there, I bring it up, get a little lean. This targets your lats so much better than, just swinging it and depending off momentum. Trust me, as soon as you try this, your lats will be on fire. And the thing is, you have to deal with this for 5 sets. So, it's like one of those things where you just have to, you want to make sure every rep counts. It's quality over quantity any day. Don't cheat yourself, don't break yourself, it's progress, and that's all that matters. So our rep scheme was relatively simple. We increased 10 pounds, started off at 100, went 110, went 120. There was no 130 pound dumbbells, so we had to go to 145, and then I stuck at 145 for the 5th set. And Gary, he went from 145 to 160. Here's me knocking out 145. I got it for, I think, 10 or 12 reps on each hand. And this was an extremely humbling experience because back in the original gym, that SRC, we don't have no 145-pound dumbbells. The max ones you have is 130. And this was my first time touching that much weight, and I was able to get it for that many reps. So made me feel pretty good. And then Gary picks us up, and he grabs 160s, and he gets some, relatively easy. So, that's the thing that's always humbling, working out with somebody that's, pretty much a powerhouse. Gary is so big, it makes it even better to work out with him. It motivates. So from here, we went into bent over barbell rows. Didn't get a chance to record the 135 as a beginner set. We started off with 135 to get max reps in because at this point we're feeling really fatigued, But we was able just to start it off with the 225 from the video recording. And then from there, each set we increased. And it wasn't like it was a big increase. It was more so it's just a progressive increase. Now the thing with bent over barbell rows is that you can variate. You can hit them overhand. Overhand is more so going to target your rear delts as well as your upper back. And if you go underhand, how Gary is doing right now, it's going to target your rhomboids. You're still going to hit your lats. But you're going to be hitting, your anterior traps, your traps. See how my hands are over. I'm hitting my rear delts. I'm hitting the top portion of my back. And little things like that can change your workout and change which muscle group you're going to be hitting, which one you're going to be targeting when you're working out. So here's a very, very, very underrated. You know what? This is possibly one of the most underrated machines you can use. It's real old school, but it's one of the most underrated things you can use. I said underrated like 6 times, by the way, if anybody's keeping track. But anyway, is that when you're using, this is the Hammer Strength plate-loaded machine. This is real old school, like only a select amount of gyms I have this. Maybe a couple new gyms will have it every now and then, but this is like one of them old school things, And me and Gary decided to go off on it. We loaded it up, each set 45-pound plates, no 25s, no 10s, just kept loading it up until we loaded it up with 5 plates. I think this is 4 plates right now. And this is Gary getting in 5 plates. I think he got it for like 8 reps. And here's me getting in 5 plays as well, and I was able to get my reps in too. Like I said, this is great for hitting lats. Primary lats, secondary rhomboids, tertiary, maybe traps. Yeah, maybe traps. But regardless, you feel pain in your back. Another variant you can do is maybe grabbing the cable and, you know, grabbing it from a high spot and just pulling down. Maybe I'll post like a kind of subtle hint on how to do that on my Instagram. But yeah, it's something as easy as that. So then from there, I lost track. From there, we're doing close grip pull downs. This is great for targeting serratus, which is kind of those gills on the side of your, it's like under your chest on the sides. And as well as it's going to be targeting your rhomboids, and it stretches the hell out of your lats. You feel this. Now, usually we do a triple drop set. By this time, we were so worn out, we just did a double drop set and then just called it a day for this one. If you've been strictly paying attention, you notice that when we started, it was daytime. If you looked out the window, it was nighttime. So that shows how long we was in there. We've been in there for a minute. So, and then to close it out, we did dual cable crossovers or lat pull downs. I learned this from Simeon Panda. Simeon Panda is an all-natural bodybuilder that I follow, that I'm a huge fan of. And I remember when I first started getting into lifting, he posted this great video on his Instagram about doing pull downs like this and how it variates kind of like a natural lat pull down, but if you get an isolation movement, it's great for helping out with muscle imbalances as well as a good stretch, dude. I'm telling you, this is a great closer. Just like in the arm video, I had a phenomenal closer. This one is a great closer. But yeah, and that's pretty much it. That is the workout. Long, hard workout, but you know, once again, I try to do it for y'all. We both do, me and Gary. So once again, it's always humbling, and it's always humbling hearing people saying, you know, hey, can you do a video? I'm thankful that you guys asked for this, and you know, I'm very appreciative. We both are. And thank you guys so much for the support and all the love that you guys show. You know, I'm in awe for words. I'm humbled, and I thank God for it. But thank you guys all for watching, and watch out for more videos to come. Oh yeah, and follow us on Instagram.